Okay, I'm going to do a walk-around tour of my 749 track bike. Basically, track only, no title, never been titled, while in my possession anyway. Moto holders, fairing stay, I'll put the fairings on later. Slightly oversized radiator, got the start button and kill button here on the left side because I ran out of real estate on the right where I put a new brake master on. It's got a switch, no ignition key. It's the stock stabilizer. I was running a higher spec one before. The clocks work, but as you can see, they've seen better days. Bottom is cracked. I wouldn't recommend getting this bike wet. Could be some water incursion in there. And back around to the forks. You can't see it, but I've got Poland's piston fork kits in the forks and the stock Showa forks. Standard wheels, not forged. Little homemade oil and radiator covers here of some rain gutter material. Very cheap fix. The stock brake master failed on this bike, so I replaced it with this Acosado unit, which has been excellent. New brake pads, EBC double H pads, have about 3 track days on them. Got one radiator fan. I removed the second one as not being necessary at the track. Got a slipper clutch. Don't know what brand it is, but works pretty well. And the belts are a couple years old. I only use this bike for track days, so probably should be fixed at some point. Aculine rear sets, the little foot, or the little piece that keeps you from getting your ankle under the exhaust broke off, but don't really need it with that other cover there. That's some tank grips that I bought from Trackside at Grattan. I'll talk a little more about the bodywork later, but bobbins for the swing arm, obviously. Got a Ducati Corsa carbon fiber hugger, which didn't exactly fit perfectly, so I had to make it work with these spacers. Newish chain and sprockets are only a couple of years old. And Tech Care just recently updated my suspension, or basically just cleaned it. There was nothing wrong with it. Elka shock was made for this bike and sprung to my weight, around 170 pounds, buck naked. Got some aftermarket hoses, not Samco, it's another brand. I don't remember what they're called, but I've been holding the water in. No kickstand. I have a kickstand, but it's been blocked off here. Don't need it at the track. Show ride battery is a couple years old, but I take it off the bike in the winter and it's been perfect.